Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome. Welcome. Good to be together. Good to see your faces. Let me just see you better. Wonderful. Warmest welcome to Guided Group Healing for Spiritual Awakening with Eva Müller. I'm really excited, really delighted to be here with Eva, and I've never actually attended one of Eva's group healings, though we've connected now, and I've connected through videos, perhaps like some of you before, and I really, really deeply resonate with Eva, and I'm really excited to be here together right now. And just a few practical notes before we start. And I want to say my name is Sarah, and I'm your Open Circle host. If you have any practical questions along the way, I'm here for you throughout the session. We are recording, and you're going to receive the link to the recording. And I'm only recording Eva's video, so even if you ask a question or share anything, your video will not be included in the recording. And to let you know, we have a raise hand function that will be handy at by the end of the session for anything interactive. And you'll find it at the bottom of Zoom. There is a little hand icon that you'll see there, and I'm always happy to help with that if anyone has trouble finding it. And maybe that's all I have to say to begin with. So again, warmest welcome. Glad to be together, and I will hand it over to Eva now. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for the introduction and for the Open Circle to have me and host me today. And welcome everybody else. I see a few familiar faces. That's great. And a lot of new faces. That's amazing. It's great that I can share my work and the energies I'm working with so many new people. I'm just gonna briefly share what I'm doing, what I'm actually doing. So my work is about, I bring in high vibrational divine healing energies. These are energies that help to transform our system, so help us on the path of awakening, heal and clear the system, and open up the system and expand towards our personal highest truth. This is how I call it, and eventually to realize our true nature. And the true nature is, so I'm just going to use different words to point there, is the Brahman, the pure existence, pure beingness, the absolute. To describe it a little better, so I see we have three main aspects of who we are. The one is the human right now. So we incarnate as human in this lifetime. So everybody has an experience of the human. And at the same time, we are also, a part of us is in creation. So a part of us incarnates from the spiritual realms in creation, and a part of us is still in the spiritual realms. So, and this part of us is also there, and I call it the light aspect because this specific aspect has incarnated before on Earth and other planets and had lives before, and just is accumulated energy, accumulated information on an energetical level, and it's stored there. So we are this as well. And it's in creation. So the human is in creation, the earth is in creation, and also the spiritual realms is also in creation. And then the true nature aspect of us is not in creation, is outside of creation. So that is what's holding creation and looking into creation. And this is basically when we incarnate on earth as human and move through this whole spiritual awakening process, and eventually this is the main goal, to become the true nature and to bring this into the human form and live a life with the true nature being present. And how do we get there? So this is where I'm assisting, or my work is assisting. I bring in these high vibrational healing energies, and I help people to heal and clear the system. So first, on the level of the human, so I see there is the body and the energy body, and there is a lot of information stored from this lifetime. Like I just call them stuck energies. When we had experiences that weren't fully processed, traumatic experiences, also normal ones, like they don't even have to be traumatic ones, but haven't been fully processed, then they get stuck in the system. And over a lifetime, we accumulate a lot of energies. For example, conditioning, like I said, experiences, things we learned, things we believe to be true, karma. So all sorts of different energies. Then we also have energies influencing from the ancestors and past lives. So these are the main ones I'm seeing. And most human systems are very contracted. So there is not much life energy flowing. It's not open. So even though there would be light coming in for people, they couldn't really receive a lot. And also the life energy. So life energy flows from the root to the crown chakra, falls back down left and right and flows up again. So everybody has this life energy. There is not so much flow yet. But when we are healing and clearing the system starts to open and expand more on the core level. This is really what happens. When we heal, we open and expand. And then, first of all, the light that we are can come forward. And also, when we work with energies, they can just come into the system and start transforming our system. And how is it doing that? So I see when the lights are coming in, by the way, it's already flowing, like the energies are already flowing. When I open up the healing session, then they come in stronger, but it's already flowing in. So everybody's already receiving. Yeah, so every cell of the body has like a little energy body. And the lights that are coming in, they have a vibration, and every energy body of every cell starts vibrating to this information of the light. And this is how our system gets transformed. Yeah, and then the side effect of the healing and clearing, opening up and expanding is that, first of all, life experience becomes more enjoyable because, when there's less blockages, when there's less going on, less low vibrational energies, so emotions and thoughts, then the system becomes more quiet. There is more peace, more silence. That's always there anyways. You will see in the healing session, I will bring this forward. It's always there. Just when, we have a lot of thoughts and emotions, we don't really have access. And eventually we can have access during our everyday life experience, not just in meditation. It's easier, let's say easy to access the silence in meditation. But then we want to eventually have this there all the time, moving through our lives and experience this peace and silence all the time. Yeah. And okay, more energies are coming in already. So I just allow them to flow in. Maybe you can feel it's like a little boost. You can already get a taste. Okay, so a little boost there. Yeah, and then not just this silence comes forward, which is there all the time, and silence is just a pointer. So it's this vast, this expanded space where there is no life story, there is no identification, there's just nothing there. This is this pure being already shining forward, this true nature already shining forward into your human experience. And we can benefit from it already, even though we haven't fully brought it into our experience yet, but like aspects of it are already coming in. And then there are a lot of different side effects to this awakening process, which are nice for the human experience. So we're moved fully into the present moment, for example, because past and future doesn't exist. It's just a mechanism in our system that creates past and future. And when these mechanisms falls away, then it's like we can't even go into past and future anymore. It just doesn't work. So we can think about the past, we can think about the future, but you do it from the present moment. It's very, very funny because usually we just hop back and forth. Then yeah, we become more perceptive for energies. So we start feeling them, we start understanding them, feeling also in a different way. So everybody's system is a bit different. So some people feel energies like in every cell of the body. Some people feel like a warmth. Some people feel other sensations tingling. Some people see them with their eyes closed, like even colors. Some people even see them with their eyes open. I'm actually working on that because I'm not seeing them with my eyes open yet. I have to close them. Yeah, and so basically what's there already. So when we incarnate, we already have a lot of spiritual gifts. So there's a lot potential there already, but we are not really practicing it, or we just don't know that it's there, and then it kind of closes down, or it's just hidden somewhere. We don't have access. But by doing this work, these spiritual gifts, perceiving energies that are there all the time, it just comes online. And Yeah, what else? To give a few more pointers. Yeah, I mean, the very amazing part is more life energy starts flowing. And when we have more life energy available, so every time we clear energies out of our system that are stuck energies, we have more life energy available for the present moment, because everything happens in the present moment. And then we have so much more energy to focus on what we're actually doing. So before, it's often that our minds and emotions, the energies are just very scattered everywhere. So it's very hard to focus, very hard to be in the present moment. And then when more life energy flows, takes us into the present moment, we have a lot more energy available for what we're doing. You know, let's say working, writing a book, doing sports, cooking. It doesn't really matter, because if there are still a lot of energies, what's the English word? Let's say the energies that can't be used yet because they are not available yet, and then they're suddenly available. It's crazy how life experience changes when you have so much energy in the present moment. Yeah, and then what also happens is when something comes up, like a trigger, you know, you've probably experienced triggers. Something happens on the outside, and suddenly emotions are arising or thoughts are arising, and then there's more thoughts, more emotions, and there's this circle. Then it's hard to get out of it sometimes, right? So it's often possible to be stuck in them for hours, days, weeks. And the more the system opens up and expands, the faster these emotions or these stuck the triggers are just leaving the system. So you become more aware of your system, like how it works, how the energies are functioning. And so when a trigger comes up, for example, you see right away, oh, something is triggered, and then you just move it through the system and then it's gone. So you can like move through stuff within a second. We don't have to like sit in them for days and weeks. Yeah, and these are basically just these side effects. There are more, but to name a few, when we are moving towards our personal highest truth and the true nature. And this is what the energies are just supporting us with. Yeah, and then what I often do, and I really like it when I tune into the energies. So this is a brief overview of my work. And how I work with the energies is that I just open up the space, then the energies are coming in. You will get a direct experience soon. And then they share information. So I basically just see energies with the information and I share it. I share it with you so that you hear what I'm saying, that you know where I am or where the energies are working in your system, and I'm assisting them as well. But not too much. So most of the work the energies are doing, and I'm just bringing them in and assisting a little bit. And also I like to tune into the energies to see if there is like a message for the group, or there is something they want me to share with the group. And I'm gonna do this right now, because yeah, it's always just very nice. I'm gonna tune in right now. Yeah, it's interesting, comes up right away. So the theme is resistance. So resistance is one of the main energies that we have in our system, besides fear, that we are experiencing and that cause suffering. So we're resisting life, how life unfolds. Life unfolds always in the present moment, right? So like I said before, life energy flows from the root to the crown chakra, falls back down left and right, and flows up again. And this is basically life flowing through the system by itself. And then the experience we're having is projected on the outside. So there is always an inside experience, there's an outside experience, and it's projected into our own consciousness. So our own consciousness is creating the life experience. And so everything we're experiencing, especially when we're on the path of awakening, it brings us further on the path, because we're here. This is the aim, right? So this is what we want. And then there's often a lot of resistance to how life is unfolding, or what we're experiencing, what's happening to us, to our friends, what's happening in the world, the emotions that are coming up, the thoughts are coming up. There's a lot of resistance. And this is what causes the most suffering. And with the healing and clearing of resistance, it just means that these energies are dissolving. They just leave. Then they're just not there anymore. Same with fear eventually. The same then with fear. They leave, and then life, we experience life, and if there's no resistance, we just know everything that's happening is exactly how it's supposed to be, in the best possible way for us. It unfolds in the best possible for us. So we're not talking about others here, but really for us in the present moment. And I'm just checking. More energy comes in. Yeah, and when the resistance is moved out of the way, and also the fear, but since the resistance is present the most, our system starts to open up and surrender more. And surrender means, yeah, surrendering to life, allowing life to unfold. And surrender is one of the main tools, I guess, or one of the most important abilities, if we can call it like that, that we need when we are on the path of awakening. Because if we just open up, surrender, and allow life to unfold, to bring us along our path back to who we are, then yeah, surrender is one of the most important tools. And resistance is just one of the main things that's in the way. And I look if there's anything else about resistance. Okay, yeah, the resistance has to be met. So I'm seeing it's just gonna be part of this healing. I'm gonna work on resistance a lot because, yeah, like I said, when the system is open, expanded, there's less resistance or hardly any resistance. Life experience is a lot better. We're a lot faster on the path of awakening. It's just a smooth ride compared when it's there. And this is just more enjoyable. So I'm always about, the awakening path can have a little bit of suffering there. It can be hard sometimes and a little bit of annoying stuff can come up. But it's also important that it's enjoyable because this is our life experience right now. So we want to have an enjoyable awakening experience. Yeah. And I'd say let's start with the healing so that you get a direct experience of what I just talked about. And what you can do is sit back, relax, meditate along, close your eyes. You don't need to do anything else. Just be in an open, receptive state, allow the energies to come in. Try to relax as much as possible. So it's really about being in a relaxed position. You don't have to be in a, strictly upright meditation position. It's really about being relaxed. Yeah. And then afterwards, yeah, we're gonna there is time for asking questions. But are there any questions about the healing before we start? So it's going to be about, yeah, around 50, 60 minutes. It always depends. No. Okay, great. So I'm going to remove my headphones because I'm working with my hands a little bit. Then they're in the way. Are you still hear me okay? Yeah. Good. All right. Okay, then let's start and enjoy. I start with opening up the energy field. Bring in light. Then I expand the energy field. Expanding the energy field helps to hold more light in the system, and also more awareness comes with that. Awareness in all areas. So I'm expanding. And the energy field can always be more expanded. There's a never-ending process, so we can always carry more light. And light is higher information, and this information is transforming our system and also our life experience. Yeah, and it's also influencing people around us, when they are in touch with our light or with the light that we bring in. Then I fill up the expanded space with light. Then I clear surface energies. Surface energies are all sorts of different energies that are floating around the top of our system. So thoughts, emotions, just energies that are playing out. And I clear them because, first of all, we don't need them right now. And then behind these surface energies, there's always the space where the true nature already can be experienced or get in touch with our true nature. This is where the silence is, the stillness, the clarity, the peace. It's always there, never leaves. So the more surface energies are clear, I see how the body is relaxing more. In general, the system, so also the energy body, opens up more and more light is entering beautifully. Then also I clear energies out of the mind, thoughts. So the energy of that create all these thoughts, the monkey mind, I see them as stuck energy on the level of the mind, because we are so used to think and use our intellect, and everything moves through the mind. We perceive we perceive life through the mind. It's very strong, and then often energies get stuck there. And this is why we have a lot of thoughts. So let's say the goal is to have also this part of the system more open and expanded, so that the energies are just moving through. And this has the side effect that there are hardly any thoughts or no thoughts. And if we need to use the intellect to focus, we can, then it's very strong and precise, but it's just not this mind chatter there all the time, which is also very annoying. It's just not true. It's just random information. So I clear the mind level even more. Also more light enters the mind level, so beautiful. Then I open up the energy field more. Always when I open up the energy field more light is entering. And also I bring in more light. So bringing the light from the upper chakras down to the lower chakras. Also same light from the lower chakras up to the upper chakras. Yeah, and there are energies present that help us to relax even more, to open up more. So the energies are flowing into our system through the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, into the body, the energy body, and the area around us. So we're really like held in this beautiful cocoon of light. Yeah, and just more energy is present that helps us to relax more and also bring more the feeling of well-being into our bodies. Then I open up the central energy channel. The central energy channel goes from the root to the crown chakra, and that we have more life energy flowing, we can expand this channel. Then I accelerate the life energy. And help it to flow more. Then I open up the chakras. You always held in your beautiful individual energy bubbles here at the same time. So crown chakra, third eye chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral chakra, and root chakra. So this allows more energy to come in. Yeah, and there I already see resistance is then the first energy that's surfacing. So I just clear the energy of resistance out of the system. So I'm clearing certain energies, and at the same time, the energies that are present also clear the system, right? From low vibrational energies, stuck energies. So they're doing this throughout the whole session. So I clear resistance, second chakra. So this I see where the resistance lays. And the main resistance are resistance to life energy, life itself, and also resistance to being incarnated as human right now. So there is a little bit of resistance there, or this is one of the core resistance I'm seeing in the system. Yes, everybody decides to come here and to have this life experience, but moving through life is not always as we want it to be. And so there is then resistance coming up. So I'm clearing second chakra, clearing a lot of resistance. Then heart chakra is always where the identification lays. So being identified with certain energies or experiences. So I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. I want it to be different. I want life to be different. I want that life plays out in a different way. I want that people behave differently around me, treat me differently. That, let's say, how the world is experienced right now, that this is different. So there are just a lot of energies I'm clearing. Then root chakra, also fear, I clear fear. All sorts of different fear. So core fears are fear of dying and fear of separation. And then other fears are just different forms or fears with a different story. So I clear those. Then there is an energy coming in that carries the information of allowing. So it helps our system to understand if we just allow whatever is presenting itself, then this is the way of the least resistance or no resistance. Even though things are happening that we don't prefer, if we just allow it, it doesn't mean that we're okay with them, that we say, oh yeah, so awesome. But it's like, okay, we just allow it because it's just life energy or life experience. That's enough. That there is no resistance. So this energy is coming in. Every cell of the body starts to vibrate to this information, to receive this information, and then the whole system starts living more from this information. So yes, we experience it here in this session, but when you move out then back into your life experience, this information is there. And then in general, for example, more of this allowing now will be there. There's specifically this energy coming in for more surrender. Just so it's like a allowing is a step below, and then surrender is like the next step, or the next step. Just this surrender energy, it helps us to surrender more and more and let go of more and more that is not of our personal highest truth, that doesn't resonate. Then the energies are pulling you a little bit deeper into the meditation. I also pull you, I assist this pull. I pull you just a little bit deeper. It helps to bring the conscious mind out of the way a little bit. So also, for example, if you don't hear what I'm saying anymore because you drop deeper, don't worry about it. This information that comes in is, yes, it is for the mind as well, but it's mostly for the system. So the information is really for the system, because this is where the change needs to happen. If the mind knows information, great, but it's not going to do much, or not so much. The system is more important, that this starts transforming. So I pull you deeper, and if you just fall into deep meditation, that's absolutely fine. Another layer of resistance is coming, so I clear it. So there's a very, very beautiful, very strong and transformational light present. It's meeting parts of the human that needs meeting, like parts that need safety, that prefer control, that prefer to live in the known, that is very habitual. So basically, by these energies meeting these parts, these parts start neutralizing, because we put a lot of energy in keeping up these experiences, right? That we want to feel safe, and we want to know what's going to happen tomorrow, stay in control, stuff like that. But this is all not very handy. It's not that the highest truth. The highest truth is flow, openness, expansion. And then how it manifests for everybody, that's different. That's very individual. So that's why I say the individual highest truth. And this energy is just meeting parts of us that are still energies that are in need. So different energies of lack. This is what's happening right now. So let's sit with this for a minute in silence, just that this energy can work. And maybe you can feel how even though energies are being neutralized and then they just dissolve, that you become more whole. You feel more whole. And this is very interesting, because the more we heal and clear energies, the more we become who we are, so the more we feel whole. This is very beautiful. And this has beautiful side effects, so that the heart opens up more. The energy field expands more. This is just naturally happening. When certain energies are being removed, others are coming in. It's the response of the system. And now the energies are working on clearing certain human desires that are ego-based. So ego-based desires are very strong ones. And we put a lot of energy into them. Like, we use up so much energy to feed these desires. And the energy that's present right now is working on those. Also, I assist just to clear all sorts of different desires. Desires are taking us away from the present moment and also from who we are. They just take us away, the opposite direction. And the ego-based desires, I mean, these ones I'm talking about, they come from fear or resistance or similar energies. And maybe you can feel, when they are being cleared, there's so much more light coming in. There's so much more space. And now it's a high vibrational energy coming in. So this energy of gratitude, and it's just there to raise the vibration, basically. Yeah, just to share what I'm seeing in this energy of gratitude. So actually being on the path in this lifetime, there's a lot of gratitude for that there. For having this human life experience. And yes, I know often some humans see it like that. Yeah, it's awesome. Some don't see it like that. But it's really on the level beyond the human, where this gratitude is just there, like there's a part of us that's so grateful for being here, having this experience, being able to gather information and also to evolve. On the level of consciousness, openness, and expansion. And this part is now also coming more forward in our experience. And it's just, it helps us with a more positive outlook in life as well. This is also like a positive side effect of this energy. Here maybe you can feel the gratitude expands in the system. Feels very nice. Then open up the energy field more. Bring in more light. And then I'm gonna work on clearing some past life influences. So it's just energy influences from past lives, energies that haven't been resolved in past lives. And if they find resonance in our system right now, then they can influence. Otherwise, it wouldn't work anyways. So we like to work on both levels. So on the level of the system right now, but also the influences. And I look at resistance, and I'm going to look into one past life just as a representation so that you know what kind of energies I'm clearing. In that case, it's resistance. I see a son and a father, a son resisting to the father, like the father wanted to give the son guidance and support in a positive way, but the son just totally resisted it. And then basically from the perspective of the father, it's like, okay, the son has to make his own experiences, right? Like I can share my wisdom, but it seems like he doesn't want to have it. So I clear this. And other lives that carry the same sort of resistance. Then what happens right away, system opens up and expands more. Then I look at another one, just a representation. Again, I see a young man and he was on the spiritual path, but he felt, so he was on the path of, he wanted to find God just in his like time, in the time he was in and stuff. So the culture he was in, it was God. I don't know which religion, but he couldn't connect to him or find him in this life, and so he turned away from God. Let's say to he felt betrayed and just resisted this pull because the pull was there of the energies. And then he moved away. So again, he turned away, he resisted this pull, so he lit. And that's a very important one because, you know, the true nature, it wants us to recognize it because it's there, right? It's a recognition on the level of the mind and the experience. So both. So you just become it. When you are something, you just are it. And it's always there. It's just not experienced. And the resistance I just worked on, was an important blockage to clear. And maybe you can feel the system is even more open and expanded right now. There is so much light. There is more energy of resistance coming up from the level of the heart. So I just clear it. I want to do this myself. I don't want to, what's the word? I don't want to be influenced. I don't want to have tips. I don't want to be guided. Clear those energies. Then now I'm seeing energies are surfacing that energies of distraction that distract you from what you're going for. So it's the spiritual awakening on the one hand, but also in life experience. Like what do you really want? Like what do you prefer? Are you going for what you prefer, or are you basically still hopping onto old energy patterns that are playing out in your system, things you learned, things you think that are true, and they're still playing out, so you still go with those energies? And there are energy of distraction. Clear those energies that distract you from what's important, to see what's important for you, what's your personal highest truth, what you actually prefer, what resonates versus everything else that's also there. So clear it. Yeah, beautiful. The energies are working on the third eye chakra right now, everywhere else, but also on the third eye chakra. Just clearing and opening up, expanding the third eye chakra. Yeah, the third eye chakra, it's doing a lot, but what it's also doing, it helps us to become more aware of what's there, because our perception of what we're experiencing is very small, right? Because everything that's actually happening around us, when we just look, is so much more that we see and experience. And when the third eye chakra is perceiving information around us, it's different than just seeing it through the eyes, of course. We become more aware over time. We just become more aware of how our system functions, how we function, how the energies are working, how this reality is being created. We create our own reality. Everybody does that, every individual on this planet. And it happens automatically. It's not something that we do. We can, of course, do it actively, but let's say 90% of it is happening on a subconscious level. It just happens. But becoming aware that we're actually doing that, that's a very, very major part of why we're here for. Then the energies are in generally working on the brain as well. And right now more in the center of the brain. So what they're doing is connecting left and right parts of the brain, the left and right part, so that the energy is beautiful, flowing everywhere. That also parts that we are not regularly using starts opening up. It also helps with perceiving more what's here. Yeah, and also the brain is being balanced. So the energy is in the brain. So that it can function in a more harmonious way. Then I see an energy surfacing. I need saving. I need to be saved. So that's like a misunderstanding, because it's like, okay, I need to be saved first of all from what, and who's going to save me? This energy is being cleared, and I see it's a very major blockage. Yes, we're looking for solutions and for the help to become who we are on the outside, and that's absolutely fine up until we don't need to anymore. But this energy is really like, it kind of prevents a little bit of looking inside, of trusting yourself, to find yourself. Because every guidance, every pointer from the outside basically helps you to create your own, or coming closer to your own true nature. But you create this experience yourself. More energies of resistance are surfacing. They're just different layers. They're being cleared. So just to name a few, heart chakra also assists. It's like, I don't want this. I want it to be different. I want that things are changing. I want that things are happening my way or unfolding my way. I want to be in charge. I want to have the say. I'm in control. Clear those energies. Then also I don't want to let go, because there is fear, root chakra. So I clear just a little bit more fear energies that don't want to let go, that don't know what's going to happen in the future, that had, let's say, there were fearful experiences in the past, and energies are still influencing, so they're holding on to the past. Clear those. Fear of missing something, of not fitting in. Just a few energies that need clearing. Yeah, and there's a lot of peace in the field. So in the group field already, I can feel it. So because we cleared quite a bit, there's just more peace present, and peace is something that's always there. If it's not experienced, it just means there are surface energies which are of our main experience, and the peace is not. But now we have this beautiful peace. First of all, it's in the field of the group. Then there's also another energy coming in, the energy of peace, also coming in, that we can even experience more peace, and also our system that the peace from within, the inner peace, can be experienced more in our everyday life experience. So this is what the energy is helping with. Peace seems to be a very important one right now because it comes in quite a bit lately. People just want to have more peace, more freedom within, and then it reflects on the outside. When we're experiencing peace on the inside, this is also our life experience. So everything always reflects on the outside, what's within. If there is more peace, life experience unfolds more in the vibration of peace. And there is trust. I see, first of all, the systems are, because they are very open now and expanded, and I see that the systems, they trust this process. I get a yes from the system. Okay, I'm trusting my personal awakening process, life experience, life itself. I trust. That's very beautiful. Because the mind can say otherwise. The mind can always say otherwise. But this is why the mind is, yeah, it is there as well. But we need the information in the system, and the system needs to live from that information. And I pull you a little bit deeper, into the meditation. And trust needs to be there until you know. Then you don't need to trust anymore because you know. But what I'm really getting is, when you are on this path and your aim is your awakening, trust the process. It's gonna take you there. This is just how it works. Because you create your own reality. And if you're going for it, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in a way of your highest potential in this life. So everybody has a potential. And if you allow this movement, trusting life, allowing life energy to flow, then the full potential can be accessed or experienced. And in this beautiful space where you are right now, there is no life story anymore. There is no small self or identification with the small self. There is no I, no person. You're just in the experience of being. You're just in pure being. And in this space, there is no world, there is no earth, there is no whatever is happening on earth in your family or around you, in your friends at work, doesn't exist. In this space is just beingness. And this changes everything. So when you access this space, it's so transformational, because when you go back into the human form and into your daily life, you take parts of that with you. Also, the knowing that this space is there and how to get there. And if there is a little part of you that maybe not is fully able to let go yet, even though we worked on it, because there might be like some resistance still or fear, just let it go. Just allow yourself to drop into this space. You're held there. Feels very beautiful. I pull you a little bit deeper. So even though there is no experience of the small self, energetically there is a um, let's say this small separation between the small self and the self with capital S, or um, the human and then whole creation, different things to point to the same fact. So I'm just removing this um, experience of separation energetically. So now you can expand and you're just one with everything. It just happens by itself. You don't need to do anything. Just relax into it. And just clear a few little energies that are not 100% sure about what's happening. And that Maybe it's a first time experience. They're a little hesitant, so I clear those energies so that you can really fully relax into the experience and that your system gets used to it. In that space, it's also very easy to pull the ego into the background. When I do this now, this is where it belongs. So not in the forefront of the experience, but in the background. Maybe you can feel how there is a space opening up now around the chest area, heart chest area. Then I see the life story and everything, all the story we gathered about ourselves. I see them as like a ball of information in the center of our chest. I'm removing this. Just stories. Uses up a lot of energy. Fill it with light, this space. Maybe you can feel how the system responds to that. There is more expansion, more, let's say, merging, more parts of you merging into the oneness, into unity that's already there. Yeah, let's sit with this for the next 5 minutes in silence so that you can, this can integrate and you can sense or sense into it, enjoy it. Okay. Okay, so I pull you slowly back into to earth. Into your body. And we are finished now. Thank you, everybody. That was very strong, especially got stronger and stronger. The energies, maybe you felt them. You know, if you didn't feel anything, don't worry. Just know it's happening. You know, the work is happening. For some people, it takes some time to feel energies. Yeah, and so the more the systems opened up and expanded, so in the group, the stronger the energies are getting. Yeah. Has anybody got any questions? Hi, Jamie.
Hello.
Oh yeah, hello.
Thank you for that. I have a lot of resistance, so I felt some things, but I'm just wondering, would it be beneficial to do this again, or what's done is done?
Yes, definitely. So what's done is done, but there are layers. So for like an onion. So we cleared a few layers today. This is why the system opened up and expanded more, but then there are other layers. And I definitely recommend doing this like 3 or 4 more times if you can. You will also see every time more layers can be cleared and it just deepens. So the experience deepens. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's very natural to have resistance, so like don't worry. It's very natural to have it. But when it eventually gets less and less and then it's not there, it's just like life is more experienced as a flow in the present moment. It just unfolds, and when there's hardly anything interfering, we are interfering if, then it's just we are not in our own way, or we're not in the way of life experience, and it just unfolds, and then it's like a flow, and then it's a lot more effortless. And this is just the side effect of the clearing. And it's also then the side effect of bringing the true nature forward more and more, right? When the clearing is done. So we don't need any low vibrational experience energies in our system. Like we can totally do without them. And then we also let go eventually of the high vibrational energies. Because in the true nature, there is, it's again, is different. Different from like low and high vibrational emotions. It's more that the experience changes. So first, in the human form, we have emotions. When we clear those, it becomes information in the field. So if there is joy, there's the whole body, every cell of the body is experiencing the joy, but it's more joy of existence. I use that word because it's always there. It's like a joy that's always there. Or this unconditional love, or whatever is experienced, is then experienced with the whole system, not just like an emotions of one energy flowing through and then influencing everything. It's really different experience. Yeah. Has anybody else got a question? Hi, John.
I even was this session recorded? I
Yes.
Okay, because I mistook the correct hours, and I entered like 1 hour later, but that's fine. That's fine. I still enjoy the meditation a lot, as
Okay,
always.
good. Yeah, you get the recording. It's gonna be sent out later.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Cool. Thanks for joining. Yeah. Hi, Sophie.
Hello.
Hello.
So it's very dark here. I only have candles lit. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
I had two major experiences. The first one was in the very beginning. There were lots and lots of tears, but almost there was sadness, but not, you know, not too much of it, not in that painful way and not in that sticky way. And the other experience was that the further we went, my head started moving. I had just an impulse to move in different directions, and sometimes there was like it went along with different colors of light. But sometimes it was also then that I could see a person or an animal or something that just appeared.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of fluttering of the eyes.
Yeah,
Sometimes they were turning
interesting.
left and right, and sometimes they were going up and down.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. So when the energies are coming in, this every system is reacting in a different way, and a lot of people have these movements, for example. So they move with the energy. There is a swaying. Sometimes, like not so much, but some people get really kriyas. When there is like this sudden more dynamic movements. Yeah, and the eye fluttering is exactly something like that as well. It's just when the energy hits the system,
Mm.
it's just a reaction.
Mhm.
And also the same with the crying, like you recognize, so your system recognizes these energies because it's part of it, right?
Mm.
And then when this comes in, it's like a recognition, a release
Mhm.
of that sort. So it's like it's positive in a way. I mean, a negative release is also positive because where something can go. But yeah, definitely, this is what I'm getting. It's
Mhm.
just that this recognition caused this. So
Yeah.
beautiful.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you very much.
great, great. Thank you. Yeah, and with these energies, all sorts of experiences can come in. Like some people, they feel like very hot or cold, or even like pain, but it's not real pain, but it's like when the energies are working on certain areas very intensely, it can feel very intense and it just feels painful, although it's not really painful, but just to use a word. Then it can also feel very blissful. Um, on every body part, some people say even on their tongue, in their mouth, on their forehead, like everywhere in the heart chakra, it doesn't really matter. So there can be all sorts of experiences, yeah. But it's just experiences. They're there and then they go, and that's really it. So there is nothing that needs to like interpreted into them or something. Yeah, it's just really how this energy expressed itself in our system. Hi, Joshua.
Hi, thank you.
Hello.
I was curious, the recording, we can work with a recording, it should have a similar effect. Is that the idea?
Yes. So
Okay.
how this works is the energy is not in the recording. It's on an energetical level. It's stored there. So, I create it. Basically, the whole group creates it, and then it's there. I see it like being stored like in a library. And then when you use the recording, you just tap back into this healing, and then it plays out. Yeah.
Thank you. I had a
Yeah.
second question, if that's okay.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
I was just curious if you could say a little bit, if there's anything to it about um, the the fascial system in the body and its, like, I guess, how it interacts with these things and holds, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, so the energies are transforming the body on the cellular level, and then so the information, the cells are influencing the body. This is how I see it. And also what happens, like these energy pathways in the body, we have not just this main energy channel from the root to the crown chakra, but there are like so many like very small ones as well. And they are being opened up and expanded as well. Because we become more light, our vibration rises and then we become lighter. And for that also, like the system has to open up more. But like the fascia itself, or really the body, what I'm seeing is that the body responds very well to the energies. It really enjoys the energies more than the energies we have in our system. So, for example, when emotions are rising, thoughts is always like a little stress for the body, versus when these energies are coming in, it's always like, so it's an expansion. It's a feeling of well-being present, and this is also very healing for the body. Then when you're exposed to these energies. So, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Hi, Ingrid. Ingrid.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for that. That was incredible.
You are welcome.
Um, I see if I can figure out how to formulate this. I feel the energies very strongly,
Mhm.
and they feel so good. And when I work with clients one-on-one, energies come in to assist that I'm not going to say they're the same, I don't know, but there's energies there that are assisting. And with that energy, um, it's very easy and blissful and relaxing. It has a healing quality. And then I can just almost like I kind of disappear. But then I go back to, quote unquote, living as a human, and I can feel that I enter a different type of density. And it's almost like I'm doing it. Like it feels like I'm entering being me. And then I don't enjoy that same kind of levity or clarity. I feel that the chakras have much more density to them. And so it's curious to me that the outside and the inside can't match in this way. And then as we're working here, right, I feel some of these lifting. I was just curious if you could speak to that a little bit. I feel like my mind and my system want to understand.
Yeah, so with this work, the whole system undergoes this transformational process. And this was what I was talking about in the beginning a little bit. I touched on it, So there are actually permanent changes happening in the system. And then we can hold the light a lot better also in our everyday life experience. We'll become lighter, we'll become more high vibrational, and then the experience changes of our lives and ourselves. Um, yeah, and this is it, that's actually really it. That the system needs to change. So if the system stays the same, yes, we can move with our consciousness into a deep meditation, and then we disappear, and then we come back into, like, exactly like you described, into the small limited human body. But when we also expand our system, we become this what you meditate on, in these deep meditations. We can be this in the everyday life experience as well. And this is basically this transformational process and the goal. So not just to have this on a consciousness level, but also to have this embodied in the everyday life experience.
So this that we're experiencing on the inside that's denser or perceives as denser.
Yeah, this can be removed. This is the healing.
Yeah.
So eventually this is removed. And then you are this massive expansion, this whatever always lives, never dies, this pure existence. Of course, in the human form, you see the human limitations because of the body, for example, and how this, we're limited, we have the body. But you still this the true nature, how I call it, and you are just that. So this can never be limited, even though the system is limited. But for the possibility to bring this forward, the system has to have openness and expansion. Also, the nervous system needs to be upgraded, refined, so that it can hold this experience. And the whole system needs to change. Like we did a little bit today, like the ego moves into the background, and also that, like, the small self and the capital S self boundaries are dissolving, for example. Then I was touching on it in the beginning, the mechanism that creates a past and a future, just in general clearing the triggers out of the system. That also removing what we also did today, like the whole story of life and who we are. So this limitation. Then, the karma clearing. So we can say it's all karma clearing, but there are just certain, let's say, more sticky energies that needs clearing. So the more stickier ones, those ones, for example. And there are what other changes? Yeah, also what I said, because of this openness and expansion of the system, that emotions, until they maybe until they're actually gone, because eventually the experience of emotion just disappears because it's more information in the field, like I said, but it's because we change. They just move through a lot quicker. And then we really enjoy that. Like, honestly, when you experience yourself without having emotions there all the time, it's so much nicer, because emotions are very heavy compared to what we really are. Also with the thoughts, that there are no thoughts, or if there are thoughts, they're compared to what you are always referred to as like a mosquito in the room. Like, you're in the room, this room is very big, yes, and there is this mosquito and you can hear it. This would be like the thoughts, but it's not interfere with the experience of the room, right? And this, for example, the thoughts. Yeah, just to name a few. So a lot of things are changing permanently. Yeah, and this is why you can then eventually hold this in the everyday life experience.
That's helpful. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. Hi, Isabel.
Oh,
Isabel,
there we go. Sorry, I wasn't unmuted. My question, I hear you that this will be recorded and we have access to that. But I was also wondering, you work with people, and I'm guessing you have other ways that people could work with you. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, absolutely. So I have once a week, I offer a small group session. So I always work with groups. I find it more powerful working with groups. The energies are stronger. There is more possibilities there. So I prefer working with groups once a week. And there are different themes. And the theme is really to bring in the people that feel drawn to that theme, and then we work on these things. So
Okay.
this would be the healing sessions, and you find them on my website, em-healing.com. I also offer in-person retreats there, so you also find them on the website. I have a YouTube channel. There are over 320, 30, I don't know, videos. And most of them are either healings, like we did today, or they're meditations, 20-minute one, 20-minute long ones, or 50-minute long ones. And the 50-minute long ones are recordings from a free group healing session I offer every Thursday at 9 o'clock Central European Time, so PM, which is 11 a.m. Pacific Time. And everybody's very welcome to join. And I always give a talk, so I tune into the energies, and then I share something what the energies are sharing, and then we do a 50-minute guided meditation. And it's a very amazing group. There's always like between 150, 160 people, plus minus sometimes, and people who have been working with me for quite some time. And so there are very open and expanded systems there who have done a lot of healing work, consciousness, high level of consciousness. So the potential there is absolutely amazing. So please join if you want to. You're always very welcome, but you also find the recordings on the YouTube channel. And then I have another offering, and it's called Next Elevations. Yes, it's already in the chat. Next Elevations. And this is where people can connect to these energies that I was just working with through a website. So I basically programmed the energies into a website. Well, they're not really in the website, but you just, when you connect through the website, they are coming in. And it's so convenient because they come in 24/7. So from the moment you connect, they just come in. And what energies are coming exactly? So I call it the base transmission. And all energies of creation, the high vibrational ones, are in this base transmission. And since our human system is like small and limited, we can only perceive a certain amount in the present moment. And because we're always changing, everything is always changing, the energies are also changing. So they always, the energies that are of our personal highest truth in the present moment, basically they just come in, and then they shift. If we need something else, they shift, and we are changing and moving through this transformational process. Yeah, and the energies are just following us around. So while we sleep, while we work, while we do sports, and they open up and expand the system, heal and clear the system. So it's a very powerful tool. You can meditate with these energies as well. You don't have to. They just do the work. So it's a very convenient way of doing healing and clearing work. They also programmed to do the clearing in a way that it doesn't really interfere with your everyday life experience so much. So you might notice something, but not strongly. And people just love it because they have in general more energy. They're in a high vibrational state all the time. Then you already get this benefit of being in the present moment. Life is unfolding in the present moment, like in a flow. Things are just coming in that are supposed to come in. It's just a very enjoyable way of life then. and at the same time you undergoing this transformational process. And there is more to it. So we have this energy enhancers. So if people feel they need support in certain areas of their lives, they can get these enhancers. We have, I don't know, about 20 right now. So there's, for example, health. If somebody has health issues, then I programmed the energy, for example, to come in to work on every issue that you have. So you would type in the issue that you're having, the health issues. It's working on the symptom and on the origin at the same time until they fully dissolve. And if it's one, it's one. And if it's 10, it's working on all 10 of them. Just an example. Then abundance. This is a big one for people, we always live in abundance. So abundance is always there. If we don't experience it, it just means energies are in the way. So there's something in the way that we believe or we experience that blocks the abundance. And so also these energies are removing the blockages and gives us, I programmed it in that way. So just that people get direct, very fast feedback, that people get at least three, what's the word? Experiences of abundance each week so that they know that abundance is present, that it's coming in for them and that it's happening. Then, for example, Kundalini support. There are people who have problems with their Kundalini awakening. There is an enhancer. Addiction remover. Some people are addicted to drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, stuff like that. Food. Unity consciousness. So this was what we're working on. We're working on today, removing this small self and becoming the capital self as. So there are a lot of different enhancers, just energies that are they come in additionally. So they're already in the base transmission anyways, but just if you need support, you can bring them in. It's as easy as that. And there's a monthly meeting. It's always in the first few days of the month. And we do a system upgrade. So because the system can receive, there are so many energies there and we receive a certain amount. And it was just basically the possibility to find a way to open up the system more or to make it more ready, that more energies can come in, that they can work better in our system. So there's a monthly meeting where we do like a upgrade. I call it energy upgrade, and then there's always a Q&A. Yeah, and then there are also on this platform are healing videos. And I don't know if you have already shared it, Sarah. Oh yeah, great. Thank you very much. So if you are interested in these next elevations, you can use this code 1 free month when you sign up. And then you get 6 weeks for free. So 2 weeks, everybody gets 2 weeks, and there you get everybody who is here in addition to that 1 month. And then you can do all these videos. There are 10 healing videos similar to those on the website. You can use them and connect to the energy, see how you like it, and how you're feeling with it. And then, yeah, you can stay on or not. So that's my offerings. Do you have something else? No, these are the main ones. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, has anybody else got a question?
Somewhere we're officially past our time, but we are happy to. I'm happy to continue. It's totally fine, Eva, if you're available.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's also, if you have any questions, you find the email address now in the chat. And also there are a lot of YouTube, I've done a lot of podcasts. So there are a lot of interviews out there. You find them also on my YouTube channel or on my website. Just if you want to know more about the work or my path, stuff like that, you find them also in the podcasts. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if there are no more questions, I can hand it over to you, Sarah.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much for this wave of, I don't even know what's the word. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy to see our community respond in with such a profound being touched and being influenced so beautifully. And I hope you're back at some point with Open Circle. We're definitely going to enjoy doing this again at some point. So thank you so much for being here. And everyone, I want to mention that Open Circle is hosting beautiful events almost weekly. And for example, tomorrow we have an online event with Susanna Marie. The title is The Paradox of Being and Becoming. And I can say Susanna's work is deep, profound, beautiful, graceful. She's really a deeply realized human being, and we're going to be with her tomorrow for 2 hours. So the link is in the chat. I highly recommend if you feel drawn to that. And otherwise, thank you again, everyone. Hope to see you sometime again. Thank you, Eva, so much, so deeply. And if you like, we can all unmute and share a goodbye, a thank you. That's a little tradition here we have with Open Circle. You're welcome to do that, and thanks everyone.
Blessings, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody, so much for being here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Eva.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Eva.
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.